All right. Ziggy, get us going.
I will. And I took a look at this probably uniquely from these other two guys here because I just went like, okay, if there's any kind of aspect, any thread of religion in my movies I picked here, it counted. So that's the way I was thinking, and therefore there was no reason not to leave off Lucio Fulci's City of the Living Dead at number 10. The great Father Thomas hangs himself opening the portal to hell, and they have to All Saints Day to close it. Yes, of course I was going to put this on. You know all about it. I've been over the Fulci up and down. Does it belong on this list? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you've been all over the Fulci up and down, all right.
Hey. All right. Number 9.
Number 10.
Oh, it's okay. Well, yes.
11 through 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll just have to make an adjustment. Number 10. It's Satan. It's it's crazy kind of weird movie. It gets really dark at the end. It's Angel Heart. I mean, come on. You got it's Satan. He's in it. He's, it's Robert Satan, De Niro, man. Mickey Rourke. It's just I'm surprised this might show up on Craigslist or not, if it will, because it's a slow burner, but the payoff's so good. If you haven't seen it, you should. Number 9. Rosemary's Baby.
Aha.
Yes. This one's it's kind of boring, really. It's the rewatch. I was kind of like, damn, man. But I'll tell you what, when it gets to that final scene, that last thing, and they're all just joyfully hail Satan, it makes my fucking hair stand up, man. I don't know. It taps into my young zigzag Christian upbringing, and it does disturb me a little bit. So yes. Number 7. Piper Laurie.
Number 8.
Number 8. God damn it. Yes, 8. Number 8. Carrie. Piper Laurie. The greatest religious fanatic nut you've ever seen on film, or there ever will be caught on film. Doing the sign of the cross with the knife, going to stab her own daughter. It doesn't get any more fucked up than that. I'm sorry. That's it. It is. And it's all about that. Number 7. Yes. And I almost reached out to Crank and bumped this up a few spots, but then I watched it again and I went, okay, it's okay where it's at. It's The Omen. It has the music. It has a great story. It's come on, it's the son of the devil, it's the Antichrist. This is a huge thing, but I think I like 2 better almost when he's more understanding what he is and everything. But
really,
there's a whole thing behind it, and this is a preference based on my age and seeing it at the age I saw it. I'm positive that's what it is. But okay. Dude, these movies are messed up, man. The chanting, the music, the chanting in the music is haunting. It's nightmare fuel. And it maybe could be a little higher on this list. We'll see. Number 6.
Yes.
The movie 7. As I had to think how to say that without making it go, no, 7, 6, 7, 7, 6.
No, 6.
Yeah, these are, you got the sins all right there. You got a fucking maniac killer that's enforcing these rules based on the sins and all of this stuff. And, this is one of the movies in my life that I took a date to when it first came out. And you know what? Everybody's like, I think I'm just going to go home after it was over. It's such a dark, it rains the whole fucking movie until the bitter end, until
you need a shower after that movie.
Yeah,
you don't want to
it's so depressing. I mean, it is a downpour, wet, soaking rain the entire fucking first 2 hours. And then the last 20 minutes, it's dry desert. But, for religion's purposes, shit, this is as good as it gets. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I undersold that one too. I'm looking at my list now. Number 5.
Oh.
Number 5. I guess I'm on the Demi Moore kick because the
You must
Seventh
be.
Sign.
You must be.
Yeah, with the Substance, I don't know. I'm very high on her right now, but this was a good one too, and it's interesting because there's a whole thing and there's a whole story, and then they how they wrap it up at the end. I really dug at the end of this movie, and just dealing with God and why now the world isn't doomed for her sacrifice. Very cool, very slick. You should see it if you haven't. Number 4. Yes. Keanu Reeves, one of his more cardboard cutout bad Southern depictions, but The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino as the devil, man. It's amazing, and this shit has scenes in it epic, terrifying, epically terrifying. When they start messing with his wife and showing themselves the demons to his wife just to get her to
While they're
fuck
changing and shit.
God, man, it's so messed up, and just the paintings, the swirling art on the wall. It's just so. The depiction of hell is, I don't know, it feels accurate for some reason with this, so it that disturbs me. And yeah, everyone's seen this one. I hope it's great.
I hope.
Yeah. Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all religions, folks, and voodoo is a religion. Therefore, the serpent and the rainbow is on this list.
Heathen.
Quite a departure for Wes Craven at the time, but I love this fucking movie. It gets you so uncanny, and so you feel so unsafe watching this. Any asshole can walk up, hit you in the face with the zombie dust. You're wide awake while everybody fucks with you or gets buried alive. Dead to everybody, but you're wide awake and feel everything. Can't imagine a worse fucking thing. Oh, by the way, these asshole fucking voodoo Haitian guys throw a spider in your coffin when they bury you alive too, just to keep you company. That's the kind of sickos they are. But Serpent and the Rainbow, man, it's batshit crazy, and it's awesome. Number 2. Okay,
we're not doing number 1 until later.
I know, and I got like honorable mentions too. A couple. I'm just gonna.
If you want to throw those out, yeah,
real quick.
Oh, hey, real quick.
My honorable mentions, because I just couldn't not put them on here. The Prophecy with Christopher Walken and Viggo Mortensen as Satan. Gabriel is the angel Walken plays. Satanic Panic. That was so much fun, man. Another fun, cultish, great movie. Great ride. And then can't leave out the Egyptians, man, and Blood Feast from the 60s, bro. Come on, man. That's a massive one. And that's my honorable mentions. And number 2, or the top of my list outside of the 1, is Prince of Darkness. I mean, it's liquefied Satan. It's concentrated devil.
Isn't that Red Bull?
Yes, and I couldn't get it ready because I was so busy this week. I have something next week. We have a commercial for a new energy drink coming out.
Oh God!
Yes, it's Prince of Darkness in a can. It's wonderful. But yeah, man, come on. Prince of Darkness has its moments, and the dream sequences are the things that haunt me still from that movie. I love it. I love the concept. We're broadcasting to your subconscious from the future. That's what? And it's scary, the shit that they're sending. It's just very, very cool. Carpenter has a way. We know this, and that's why Prince of Darkness almost tops this list. And I stop there for now.
All right. Excellent list there, Ziggy. If I can find it.
I'm way down. There it is.
There it is. You got it? Let's see. Let's look at another list here real quick. Lorena's got hers in. Number 10, Psychomania. Number 9, Heretic. Interesting that a movie from this year made your list. I mean that.
12.
You can't see me, but hey, interesting. Yeah. 8, The Omen. 7, The Pix, I think. 6, The Q, The Winged Serpent. Interesting. I didn't even think about that one, but yeah.
That's true. That's a demon from hell.
Yeah. Number 5, Serpent in the Rainbow. Number 4, Angel Heart. Number 3, Frailty. Number 2, Midsommar. And number 1, of course, The Wicker Man. Excellent list. Patricia's got a list. She says, number 10, City of the Living Dead. 9, Midsommar. 8, The Devil's Advocate. 7, The Wicker Man. 6, she even points out 73. 6, The Omen. 5, The Exorcist. Wow, way down there with The Exorcist. Wow. All right. 4, Carrie. 3, The Sentinel. Excellent pick. 2, Night of the Demons 2. And 1, The Convent. Honorable mentions, The Witch, The Exorcist 3, The Pope's Exorcist, Black Sunday, Prince of Darkness, Satanic Panic, and The Skeleton Key. Excellent. Very full, well-rounded list there, Patricia. Number 10 from Joshua, Frailty. Number 9, The Nun. Number 8, The Nun 2. Number 7, The Omen. Number 6, 7. 6, 7. Right? 6, 7? Is that what I'm saying? 6, 7.
6, 7.
Yeah.
6, 7.
Yes.
8, 5, 6, 7. Fuck. I'm all confused now.
Number 5,
5, Carrie. Damn it, FaZe, don't fuck up my bit. 4, City of the Living Dead. 3, The First Omen. 2, The Omen. That's so weird, too. The First Omen or The Omen? Oh, that First Omen. Okay. Damn it. And number 1, Children of the Corn. I fought really hard about Children of the Corn, and it's high on my list, but not quite there. But excellent list there, Joshua. Let's go to FaZe.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I thought this would be a hard list to make, but as I made it, it got a lot easier. Though I'm gonna say, I'll just say it right now. I forgot about the Wicker Man while I was making it, and I'm kind of pissed. I really wish I would have put Wicker Man on there, but it's okay. It's fine. So anyway, my number 10 is The Witch.
Number 11.
Okay, right, yep.
Yeah, you'll get used
I
to
have it here as 10, but that's
I know.
I'll figure it out. I'll adjust just like Ziggy.
Just
one. Yeah. I don't know, it might just be the pagan upbringing or something. Just I don't know. I've always liked this one. It's a decent film. It's directed by the same guy that made something recently. I can't remember. I did this research. Yes.
Yeah, and The Lighthouse.
And The Lighthouse. Yeah. Yes. There's a lot to remember here, but yes, that was it was a good one. I enjoyed it. My number 10, I watched semi-recently. It came highly recommended to me from a friend. Neither of these guys have seen it. I'm wondering if anybody in the audience has seen it. It's called, from 2016, The Void. It's very much kind of an ass pull to put on this list because, I mean, it's kind of culty. It's kind of, satanic-y a little bit, but it's primarily, it's Lovecraftian. It's not based off of any of his books or anything, but it's, it's his style. It's, that style of monster pretty much.
That was one of those, the guys over, Seth and the guys were recommending that one early on.
Were they? Okay. I mean, it's a good one though, because the one big thing I got to say about this is the practical effects over CGI. There's very little to no CGI in this movie. It is like 99% practical, and it is, when it gets gory, it gets fucking gross, dude. Like, gross. It's good. So my next one, very recent, we just reviewed it, like not even a month ago. Heretic, number 9.
Good.
It's a decent one, man. I really liked how this one started out. Of course, the ending kind of, it lost its footing there, but it's okay. That first 30 minutes is really strong, and that religious aspect is also really strong. I really like that part of this movie. Oh, yeah. Next up here, number 8. It's going to be good old Keanu Reeves, Devil Advocate. I fucking love Keanu Reeves. And, of course, this is a fun one, man. I can't really say much more than what Ziggy said on this one. Just it's fun.
Where does he
They
fuck? Everywhere.
Can't go wrong watching The Devil's Advocate. And like he said, yeah, if you haven't watched this one, this is definitely a must watch and out of anything on this list, probably.
Yeah.
That said, the next one is also a must watch. Midsommar, number 7.
Yeah.
This feels kind of low on the list. This probably should be a little higher, but that's okay. Again,
I agree.
that's okay.
I agree. It should be higher.
This is really good. I don't think I want to steal any thunder here.
It's cool. We've crushed the average of this with our placing phase. So yes.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
because you didn't even list it, you dick.
Oh my God, you didn't? I didn't even notice.
I've never been a fan of this film, man.
No kidding. No, yeah. I am more of a crank as fuck man, I guess. That said, my next one is gonna be The Omen, number 6. Again, I mean, can't say much more than what Ziggy said on this one. It's just another solid, maybe not as fun, but
cheesy poofs.
Yeah, cheesy poofs. It always makes me think of that. That's always fun. Oh man, this is another one. You should watch it if you have a chance. It's a good one to check out.
Got shocking moments in it, like when that dude gets impaled in the cemetery and shit. That's
yeah.
Oh, the plate glass. It's full of shocks.
There's lots of stuff in there that's just like, yeah, you would toss that kid off a balcony if you've seen him. I mean, look at him.
It's such a great story. It's been tried to, people have tried to emulate it so many other times, but then they get to a scene and they're like, oh, we can't do the scenes from The Omen. So what do we do?
Yeah.
And it's always subpar.
I mean, the remake, I thought they did a pretty good job. But I mean, again, this is one of those movies where they nailed it so good.
But the remake was such... Wait, was it this one? That the remake was so directly the same as the original that the original screenwriter won like WGA rights to get listed as the author? Yeah. I think it was this movie.
So that means they never went and said, hey, we're going to redo this, or reimagine this, but do the same thing. And so, yeah, someone didn't get paid, and then they got paid.
Well, somebody got paid and then got that check yanked right back.
Give me that.
Give me that. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
I think right here is probably where I would put The Wicker Man in between. But then, for number 4, number 5, yes, it's going to be Jacob's Ladder, which I believe was introduced to me by my grandma. I could be wrong about that. I think she likes this one. My memory is a little fuzzy on that one.
I accept that because there was debate if that should be included, but that, to me, that's a story about purgatory. So
I saw it on Crank's big list somewhere, so I counted it. I really like this one. I actually watched it recently. I was looking through all my DVDs once. I just happened to see it. I'm like, we're going to watch this tonight. That was a couple weeks ago, so still kind of fresh in my mind. It's a nice, reasonably class. I do not remember what year this came out, but
whatever year, it went right over my head the first time I saw it because I was like, that movie's stupid. And then later on, I was like, this movie's fucking real smart.
It has a classic feel to it, but I'm not even sure what fucking decade it's from. Let me just take a look here.
I would
want to say it's early 90s.
Early 90s?
1990. Yeah. So, wow, that's actually a lot newer than I thought it was. Hey, good for it, man. I learn something new every day. But yeah, I had to add that on this list.
Nice.
Yes, after Jacob's Ladder, number 4. My mom's going to be real happy about this one. She's been waiting for me to watch this for a long
Claus
time.
And the Ice Cream Bunny.
No, I've already seen that.
Oh.
It was also on Crank's list, so I took the excuse to watch it. From Argento himself, Suspiria.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I mean, I watched it, and yeah, it ranks high. Number 3 or number 4, technically here, the 11-2. I'm sure my mom and I is going to want to discuss this with me at some point. But yeah, it's got me interested, very interested in the other Argentos, and that's probably what I'm going to be watching for the next few days here.
I was gonna say, man, is this your first Argento?
Good question.
Started
I'm
with this.
gonna have to kind of find that out when I watch the rest,
Okay.
because I don't know if I have seen them all.
Because I'll say this, I mean, he has a style of his own that you can't mistake. Even if you don't know it's a Argento film, you get 10 minutes into it and go, oh, okay.
And later
I
on,
can believe that, because it's a very unique feeling film, and that's what I really loved about it. Like it felt very fresh. But yes, my number 3, we're getting on to like these last two are like what I consider the creme of the crop here. Rosemary's Baby. I love this movie. I want to say I was 15 when I first watched this. This was an early horror movie for me as far as when I got into horror. And I really liked it. I actually think my mom showed me this one. This might have been my dad, but I think she actually showed me this one. I think the memories are fuzzy as hell.
That's interesting. You saw this at 15 and loved it?
Yeah.
Dude, I doubt there's a 15-year-old right now that could watch this movie and get all the way through it in one sitting.
It's like you can't look
There's probably some that could. I mean,
well,
the twins aren't that far from 15. They probably could.
I can't. Never mind.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? It'd be.
Yeah, it looked like it was my mom.
I may have to step away.
Oh my God!
It's. I don't see many young people watching this movie. I'll put it that way.
I can understand that.
It's not as shocking now. It's because, you know what I mean? People aren't religious like that anymore, which is it's just kind of like the main point of the overall number 1. So
that's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, good for you, by the way.
Well, thank you. And of course, number 2. Sorry, for goodness' sake, Carrie had to be Carrie. I mean, I'm all about the book for this one, but I mean, the movie was still super solid as well. I mean, it's one of the best Stephen King adaptations. It is a fucking fine film.
It's cast with our favorites from,
And it is beautifully cast too.
Yeah. You got Sissy Spacek, you got Piper Laurie, but then you got PJ Souls, you got John Travolta,
you got William Catt.
William fucking Catt, the greatest American fucking hero, was in Carrie, folks.
I was
look at what happened to him.
He got hit with some pig blood.
Suddenly he's been set on fire. Bet it was that bitch that's on stage.
Oh man.
God
damn. Yeah, this is one of those popping in any time. Just enjoy. It's a good flick. And that is my list, because we will be revealing the number 1s later.
Number 1.
Oh, God. Well, I'm going to start mine off with a couple of movies, at least, that haven't been on this list. Man, and this is a good winter time movie. I think it's set around Christmas, if I remember correctly. But I remember just falling in love with this movie when I first saw it. And number 11 for me, The Lodge. Wow. I don't know. It's that weird. It's so atmospheric that I just really enjoy this movie. And yes, my list, as you can tell, is going to be crank as fuck. It just is. I can't do anything about that. Number 10. This is just one of those. This is definitely a slow burn, but with that wild 15, 20 minutes at the end that just sets everything on fire, literally. Saint Maud. If you haven't seen this and you've got a patient movie-going personality, I highly recommend this because it's wild. I want to say it's an A24, but it's different. Number 9 delves into some stuff that we've already talked about, but I'm kind of surprised this isn't a little bit higher on my list, but I'm happy with this list. But I love this movie. This is one of those movies that if it's on and I'm scrolling channels and I happen past it, I'm probably going to leave it on that channel for a little while at least and watch it. These guys have already mentioned it both times. Devil's Advocate. Wow. There's just not a whole lot that I can say anymore about this. And I will add one thing, though. We've talked about Al Pacino and his acting in this, over the top. But those monologues that he has at the end, especially that one main monologue at the end of the movie where he's laying out the whole plan, the whole plot, is just fascinating. And that's one of those scenes that you watch that you cannot take your eyes off the actor. And it's just a great scene. The rest of the movie is fun too. There's a lot of schlock in it, but it's fun schlock, if you know what I mean.
Dude, the subway car where he's like going, what the fuck you looking at? And he's all like, just bugging out at him, and then tells him what his wife is doing with his cousin.
Right.
Right now they're sharing a jumbo. And then
maybe you should get home and take care of that, or however you say
where it belongs.
Yeah.
There's a train coming right now. You'll just make it. You ain't right, man. Oh, I'm right.
Did you watch it recently?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I can't quote it quite like that. But
I've seen this movie. I actually, when I worked for the Riff here in Detroit, a radio station, our big rock station, the premiere, they gave out, like, I'd always get the premiere passes for the fucking movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I would hand these out to friends and stuff, but actually went to this one. And wow, I was a fan from then, bought the DVD, and I've seen it. Like you, if it's on, I watch it.
All right. This is a good question while we're on the topic. Patricia wants to know, when Al Pacino has sex, do you think he screams the word, hooah? I'd like you to get on all fours and assume the position before I give you the good old hooah.
Well, now I have the image in my head, so sure, why not, Patricia?
I mean,
yes.
Hey, didn't you come to watch a horror show that's going to do an impersonation of Al Pacino having sex? Of course you did. Of course you did.
That's right.
I think Lorena isn't a fan.
Shoulder, okay, don't you be telling me about the doing the sex, okay?
Fly, pelican. All right, moving on. Number 8. So I'm shocked this isn't on any of your list. I'm really, really shocked. Frailty. A great movie that I think doesn't get as much love as it deserves. Great performances all the way around. Great story. Bill Pullman, right, directed this. Paxton. I always get those two mixed up. Bill Paxton directed this. So just, if you haven't seen this, give it a shot. Especially Ziggy. I'm shocked he didn't put this on his list, but I've seen your list now. I kind of see why.
It's a big axe.
All right. Number 7, Rosemary's Baby. We're in the classics now. This is a slow movie. I think it was even slow in the 60s when it was made, but I
mean, that's why they'd always show this one on the Saturday afternoons, because it's safe. You know what I mean? It's just nothing's happening. There's nothing going on.
Right. Until the end. And then that is, it's safe.
It's tame, but it's intense.
Right. If you know it's intense. Everybody's already talked about Rosemary's Baby. Great impact on the horror scene. And again, keeps getting emulated and copied. So,
yeah, we just
it's good. Yeah, and we just had that prequel, which is pretty good. I enjoyed the prequel actually quite a bit. Number 6 for me strays slightly. Slightly. But I included it anyway because why not? It's my list. Ziggy had 13 movies for some reason when we were supposed to only have 10. I'm putting this on the list.
I had to.
Midnight Mass. Yes, it's a series, but it's so cinematically done that I think it fits. And I'm shocked I only have it at 5. I probably should have it a little bit higher because I love this a lot. I know a lot of people said that it was very too dialogue heavy for them, but that's what makes this fucking movie is the dialogue, and the dialogue is so strong. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Wasn't that on Netflix?
Yeah, I believe it's still on Netflix. Dick. All right, moving on. Got another classic here. Number 5 for me, Carrie. Yes, they've said it all. I've got nothing else to add. Number 4 for me, 7. I love this story. I think this is one of those almost perfect scripts. Almost perfect scripts. Number 3 for me, back to the classics. Jesus Christ, guys. The Omen. Yeah, I'm glad that this is on everybody's list. Like Ziggy said, 2 or 3 of these set the standard for where we are with religious horror anymore. And number 2 for me, even though Ziggy shit on it, even though FaZe didn't have it ranked as high as he thought he probably should have, but blah, 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 blah. I love Midsommar. I love this movie. We've talked about this. I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but even though it's such a dreadfully, somewhat depressing movie, there's a sense of joy I get when I watch this movie that I don't get with other movies. Like the joy I get from watching The Devil's Advocate doesn't match the same kind of joy I get from watching Midsommar. I can't explain it.
It's like terpenes and marijuana. Different strokes for different folks kind of thing, man. It's exactly
I don't even know one of the things that you mentioned, so.
But they do.
Okay. Anyway, Midsommar is my number
2.
Right. So before we reveal number 1, which I think we've already kind of revealed it last week already, but it doesn't really matter. Do you want to give away another thingamabobber?
Let's see. We need 4 more players here.
We can get some repeats if need be. People that haven't won. Oh, there's Tarek.
There's Tarek. All right, Tarek. You just got here just in time.
Tarek, we're to vote for Gina on the next one.
Yeah, get Gina in there. Tarek, Gina.
Was the read on the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Did we get Grizzly?
Grizzly hasn't played yet.
Let's do Grizzly.
And let's see. Patricia won.
Yep.
We can't do. How about Bill? You still watching?
Still there, Bill?
Bill.
We'll throw Bill on there. He says maybe not horror, but no Santa Sangre. Pagan worship 2.0. I didn't make any of our list. All right, spin that wheel, Ziggy.
Pagans qualify for sure,
Oh yeah, absolutely. It would fit.
Oh yeah.
But he says maybe not horror though.
Okay. It's going to be number 1, which is going to be Gina.
Gina.
All right.
Congratulations.
Hey, Gina.
Gina, Tarek, Grizzly, Bill. So, all right. Yes.
All right. Gina.
I got one more. Don't worry.
You want to do it now or you want to do it later?
We can do it at the end.
All right.
See who sticks around.
All right. So, our number 1s, guys. Well, I guess. Well, no, it's got to be on one of these, but I'll go to FaZe first on this. We kind of all agreed that this was just the universal number one. So let's talk about it. Why is The Exorcist the number one universally top religious horror movie? Baze?
I mean, it's The Exorcist, man. I mean, I mean, I wasn't there at the time, but I've heard all about the impact that it had when it first came out, and just how it was pretty much the first movie to kind of have that marketing of, oh, it's fucking everybody up, it's making everybody puke, people are running out of the theater, this is so scary. It's, I don't know if it was the first one. I mean, maybe Texas Chainsaw is more that realm, but I don't know. All I know is this was considered one of the scariest movies ever, so a lot of people ran to watch this, especially horror fans, and it didn't disappoint. It's fucking scary. It's fucking good. It's just such a great movie, dude. It just works. I don't know. It's universally loved for a reason, that's for sure. I don't know if it's everybody's number one, but
well, no, Patricia had it at 5.
And that's true, but Patricia had it at 5.
And a few people, I don't know if they were leaving it off their list because they knew we were leaving it off our list, but
right, but it hasn't
most of the other list
up.
Yeah, most of the other list that hadn't been put in. I'll throw in one more thing before I throw it to Ziggy. This was the first time I remember, anyway, exorcism being portrayed on film and being portrayed as visually as it was. And it was shown so, I mean, it was just stunning to watch the way they made those effects, especially back in that day. You don't have the CGI that you've got now. You didn't have the green screen really that you had now. They had to go through some hoops to make those effects work. I mean, that room was a literal freezer that they built, so you would see their breath coming out. So anyway, Ziggy, why is this universally the number one religious horror movie?
It's just, religion was a lot different back in the early 70s. It was more prominent, more respected, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to piss anybody off, but I mean, just the reality today, a lot of people don't practice like they did back then. But this movie assaulted your faith. It assaulted attacking people you loved. And it went after everything you held dear, and just absolute worst case scenario you'd want to be in with anybody like this. So I think that's why it was so popular. It's like, man, and what would you do? When people couldn't help but cast themselves into that role. What would I do in this? How would I save my daughter, my son, whatever? Right. And I think that's why it just. And again, the shit you're seeing is absolutely terrifying. Projectile vomit like that, everybody threw up. We've told the story here. We were watching it at the world television premiere of The Exorcist. It was probably 1976 or 77. And we're having eggs and bacon and toast for dinner, and the puke scene happens. Talk about a drop the fork fucking moment, man. That was the end of that, dude.
Yeah.
So I mean, the head twist. I mean, you look at it now, yeah, it looks a little phony, but I mean, the crucifix stuff, the fucking dialogue that's so vile, and it was way over the top, beyond anything ever done before at that time. I mean, I think there had been exorcism films, but only like that. Oh, it's like shaky camera in the room while they're holding them down and praying, stupid stuff. Nothing like this, man, where shit's flying through and smashing into the wall, and just the cold part. Yeah, the cold, just, man, you feel that cold. You feel it. It's so fucking cold.
One more piece of business here. Bam.
Ooh. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Look at that. All right, so The Exorcist, The Omen, Rosemary's Baby, and Carrie all were on all of our list. Devil's Advocate was on all of our list. And that's it. By the way, Jacob's Ladder, I did look, my 12.
Ooh, nice.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I on the Letterboxd, and by the way, my Letterboxd list is public for everybody to see now.
Thank you.
And and Angel Heart was 24, surprisingly. The Witch was 23. Suspiria was 15, excuse me. So, but yeah, interesting, yeah. And then who had solos? Of course, Ziggy had City of the Living Dead and Angel Heart solo, The Seventh Sign, Serpent in the Rainbow,
Void solo,
The Prince of Darkness.
Yeah,
Faze had The Void and The Witch, Heretic, Jacob's Ladder, and Suspiria.
I would consider Midnight Mass.
a lot of solos.
That shit was fucked up, man.
Oh, Midnight Mass was great, dude.
But
it was like
a series was eligible.
My rules, bitch. My rules.
Oh my god.
My solos were The Lodge, Saint Maud, Frailty, Midnight Mass, and that's it. So, not bad, guys. Not bad. Interesting to look at it this way too.
I always love these big lists. Yeah.
I love that he used the pea green vomit color for the background.
It's also the color from Rosemary's Baby too.
I was thinking maybe like Christmassy green, but that works too. Yeah.
No, I was going for pea green and Rosemary's Baby green. Fuck
nice.
Christmas. One last time, thanks to our members, our final girls and guys, Christy C-Phase, Lorena BD, Alex, and Robert. Check your emails, guys, and get back to me about your shirts, because I got stuff to send you. Also, thanks to our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn Enchilada Pod. And, of course, our camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Schick, Dave, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ.